Namaskar Bundura, hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, Elena Today. It is the day before Diwali, and I still have lots of stuff that I need to get done before tomorrow. So today I have a couple of DIY paper lanterns I want to try out, and then I also want to cook a couple of snacks today, so that I don't have too much to do tomorrow. And then I think later this evening, I think they're doing a puja in our apartment complex later this evening. So if they are, I'm definitely going to check it out and show you guys what that's all about. So I'm excited for that. But right now I'm here at Spencer's here in Access Mall. I'm going to go and get all the groceries that I need for the food to make today. So I'm super excited. But it's early morning, or it's morning time. So like I said, today's pretty packed. So I got to start early. So I'll go get those groceries here, and then I will show you guys the first snack I plan to make today. I am back from the store. I got a lot more than I was anticipating. I'm not going to show you guys everything because this is not a grocery shopping haul. But I did end up getting one or two more things for Diwali. I found this. This is beautiful, handmade, very good price. It looks like you can either hang it up or you can just place it on something. So this is beautiful. And then I also just got this really beautiful kind of LED light. So I plan on putting that in my bowl of water with some candles around. I think that'll look really nice. And that's really it for Diwali. So I think I got everything I needed for today and more. Tonight I actually plan on making pav bhaji for my husband, but I'm gonna go ahead and unpack, guys, and we're gonna get the day started. We have lots to get done today. All right, guys, I finally unpacked everything and I am ready to prepare some food items today. So the three food items that I want to kind of prep for today is onion rings, samosas, and then Kaju Katli. And then tomorrow my plan is to make jalebi. And then for lunch, I'm going to make fried rice and chili chicken. So lots of good stuff. So that's why I need to plan ahead. So my plan for you guys is I'm going to show you one recipe. We're going to make some paper lanterns, show you another recipe, make paper lanterns until we are all done. So the first recipe I'm going to show you today is the onion rings. So I'm going to make enough onion rings for tonight as well as for tomorrow. And what's great with these onion rings is you can prep them, prepare them, and then freeze them overnight. And then whenever you're ready to cook them, you just throw them in some hot oil, and that's it. So that's what I love about onions. So first things first, you're gonna need some onions, some as big as the onions as you can possibly get. So I'm just using 2 big onions because it's just my husband and I. And you want to cut the onions pretty thick. You know, it depends on how you like them, but my husband likes them pretty thick. So I cut the onions about 1/4 inch thick, I would say. So this is 2 onions right here, which is plenty. So go ahead, get your 2 onions and cut them 1/2 inch thick pieces. You can have them smaller if you like, or larger, up to you. Then in a bowl, you're going to add about 3/4 cup of whole white purpose flour, or maida, and then you're going to also add 1/4 cup of corn flour. This is the one I used. And then to add a little bit of spice and zing, you can add 1/2 teaspoon of red chili powder. And then of course you want to add some salt and some pepper to taste. It's really up to you how much pepper and salt you want. Now we're going to mix all that together. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 cup of sparkling soda. A very cold sparkling soda. Now if you don't have club soda or sparkling water, you can just use regular cold water. I just find using sparkling water really helps make it crunchy and delicious. So we're just gonna slowly add a little bit in. So we just want to mix it until there's no lumps in the batter. Okay, now it is time to dip the onion. First, what you want to do is you want to dip it here in the batter. And then I have a bowl of panko crumbs here. So I just got this from the store, premium panko crumbs. You can use regular breadcrumbs if you don't have panko crumbs. Again, I just like the panko crumbs. I think gives it a nice crunch. So I'm going to do a couple at a time here. So you can use your fingers if you want. It's just a little messy is all. So I'm using 2 separate forks. I have 1 fork for the batter and then 1 for the panko crumbs. And that's it. And then you're just going to transfer it to a separate bowl. And then we just keep doing that, guys, until all of the onion rings are coated. Here are the onion rings. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in Ziploc baggies. So I actually found these at Spencer's today, and I thought that was really cool. They're only 50 rupees, so very inexpensive. So I'm just going to go ahead and put them in here, and then I'm going to freeze them overnight. And then they will be ready to go in the morning. So that's what's so great about onion rings, guys. You can easily prep them ahead of time. Super simple, easy snack. And it'll be really fast to cook them whenever they're ready. And that's it, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting these in these containers. And like I said, whenever you are ready to cook them, we're gonna put them in the freezer. And then you basically are just gonna heat up really hot oil, and then you're gonna fry them until they're golden brown. And it's gonna be different depending on how hot your oil is, but it could take about a minute or 2 each side to fry them up. But that's it, guys. Our onion rings preparation is complete. I'm gonna finish this so then we can get to making our first paper lantern. I'm excited. All right, guys, so now I'm gonna try to make some paper lanterns. I'm not gonna lie, I already tried to do one just to see kind of all the steps to take and help me explain better to you guys. It completely was a bust. Like, the concept in theory was nice, but this is not what it's supposed to look like, okay? So, I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's this is not what it's supposed to look like. So basically, you're supposed to take like 2 cups, cut out the middle, glue them together, super simple, right? And then you're just supposed to cut strips and then glue them on. Well, again, I tried and I just kept failing, so I am done with that lantern. This is the only one I was able to make, and even then, it's not very nice. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe the cups need to be bigger. I think in the video that I was watching, the cups were like double the size of this, so maybe that could be the problem, because this just does not look at all like it's supposed to. But I'll still keep this one, but I don't like it. So we're gonna move on and try something else. So I am watching a YouTube tutorial because, guys, I've never made this stuff. I am not artistic at all. And this, honestly, because it's taking a lot longer than I was expecting, this might be the only lantern that I actually do make. So if you guys want to do what I'm doing, I'm gonna use green and blue. I like those colors. So basically what they're telling me is I'm supposed to just fold the paper in half, and then on both sides, we're gonna mark 1 centimeter apart on both sides. So that's what I'm doing right now. I've already done one side. And I only have a tiny ruler, but so I've marked both sides. And then it basically just shows, it doesn't actually say how much to cut, but we're supposed to cut, I guess what I'm gonna do, because it didn't really show it, I think I'll leave like 2 centimeters from the top. So the part that's folded, I'll do 2 centimeters from the top. And then from 2 centimeters down, I'm gonna cut all the way down. So I guess you're supposed to align both sides together. You cut off the last part because it's not a full centimeter. Unfortunately, I don't have a proper paper cutter, so I'm using a knife to do the outline and then just using the scissors to finish it off. Okay, so cut off that end piece if it's not a full centimeter. And then I think from 2 centimeters, so 2 centimeters down, I'm just gonna draw a line. I'm gonna go ahead and do all that first before I cut with the scissors. So just line up each side, and then if you have a paper cutter, great. If not, I'm just using this knife to make a deep indent. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take the scissors and cut through the lines because my knife isn't sharp enough. Okay, perfect. And it's supposed to be able to open up. Okay, just like so. So you have the little frills there. So then I think I'm supposed to then get the other piece of paper. So like I said, I'm using green and blue. So it looks like you want to take some glue, some plain simple glue. We're going to glue it on one side. And then you're supposed to take it and glue it to the long edge of your paper. Okay, and then I think we're supposed to then take the other side here, guys, and then also glue it. And then I think we don't want to glue all of the top. We just want to glue it to where there's 1 to 2 inches left from the top. So just like so. Okay, glued like that. And then I think we're going to cut the extra little piece here. We're going to cut it off. And then we want to make 2 strings. So on another piece of paper, just pull out the same color and cut out the same size strip. Okay. Okay, so now we have 2 strips here. And then on basically one edge, we're gonna glue a strip on both the top and the bottom of the paper. All right, so now I have the top and the bottom. So basically what we're gonna do is on one side, we are going to now basically glue the 2 pieces together. So just take it, fold it. Okay. Okay. Looking good so far. Yeah. Much better than that first one I tried to do. It's too complicated. And we're basically just making a handle here, guys, just like so. And there you have it, guys. Homemade paper lantern. So if you want, you could make a circle and make the base a little stronger, but I'm just gonna keep it on my table or keep it on the side, and then I plan on actually putting a candle underneath this so it will light up. But that looks so nice. What do you guys think? And it's super simple and easy to do, so great. So I think I'm gonna try one more kind, but before I do, let's go ahead and make and prepare for another snack dish for tomorrow. All right, guys, so the next thing I've decided to make today is Kaju Katli. So this is actually my very first time ever making this, but it seems like a pretty simple recipe, so hopefully I won't mess up. But first thing you're gonna need is 2 cups of cashews. So they say that we want to blend the cashews, but we don't want to make a paste. So we basically just want to grate them until it becomes a nice fine powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quickly. Okay, that looks like a nice fine powder. So then it says what we want to do is we want to sieve the powder so we can get any of the big chunks out. So we definitely don't want big chunks. And then I'm just gonna sieve it until all the big chunks come out. That's what it looks like, looking good. So now what we wanna do is we wanna take 1 cup of sugar, okay? And then we also want to take half a cup of water, and we basically just want to melt that down until there's kind of like a stringy consistency. So we'll go ahead and mix it, and we want it to melt. All right, so you keep stirring until the sugar dissolves, and then it comes kind of like a sticky consistency. So be careful, it's pretty hot. So it's pretty sticky, yep. So now what we're gonna do is we are gonna add in the cashew powder, and we're just gonna really mix that in really well. And I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of ghee, and then a little bit of cardamom powder. Now I'm not big into cardamom, so I just took a couple of cardamom seeds and ground them up. So I'm just gonna add just a little, and then mix that again until it's nice and smooth consistency. All right guys, I don't know what happened. I thought I was recording, but I guess I wasn't. So all I did was once it got thick enough, I transferred it to a grease pan over here. And so it says to put it on butter paper, but I don't have butter paper. And then it says to roll it out, but I think I may have overcooked it, because it says you want to make it into a nice soft dough. So because I think I overcooked it, all I'm going to do is put it into this pan, and maybe it will set a little better. I don't know, guys. I don't think I did this properly. So I'm just gonna set this in this pan. Hopefully it comes together. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's crumbling, unfortunately. Aw. I'm gonna have to retry this recipe, I think. I do not think I did it correctly, guys. Because then it says you're supposed to roll it out and then into like a nice thick dough, and then you can cut it into triangles. But either I overcooked it, which I'm thinking I did overcook it, because this does not look right to me, guys. But I'm sure it's still going to taste just as good. It's just not as pretty. So, see guys, I don't think that's right. I'm not for sure. Doesn't look right to me. So, I'll let it cool down completely and then maybe see if I can try it, but I think I overcooked it, unfortunately, guys. I'm really bummed out, and I'm all out of cashews, so it's okay. It's just my husband and I eating it. I tried. I think it was a bust, though, guys. It did not turn out the way I thought, but we'll let it cool down. I'll try it. You know, it's still edible, I'm sure, so it's all right. You win some, you lose some, guys. That's okay. At least some of the other recipes I know how to make. And I know the onion rings are going to turn out awesome. So, oh well. I'll have to give this recipe another try another time. But let's move on to our next paper lantern. Alright guys, we are back at the arts and craft table. I am going to make my last lantern of the day. So I'm going to be using orange and yellow colors today. So first, what you want to do is you want to make 16 squares, 7 centimeters by 7 centimeters. So I just measured a square on this piece of paper, and I'm going to cut out 16 of them. And then I'm going to take the yellow piece of paper and I'm going to measure about 1 centimeter and basically, and then measure 7 centimeters length. And then I'm going to basically put them at the edges of the square and on all 4 sides. So I'll go ahead and do that and show you what that looks like here in just a minute. I cut all these little 1 centimeter by 7 centimeter sticks here, and then I glued it. So basically you take your square cut out and then you're going to glue each piece to each corner of the square, just like so. Okay, and then basically you're going to do it to all 4 sides so it looks just like that. Okay guys, so we're going to do that to all 16 pieces. Alright, so now once this is done, we're going to take it and you're going to take one corner and just with some glue on the inside, you're going to take one corner, doesn't matter which corner, and then you're going to glue it, fold it and glue it, just like so. And if you have some pretty detailing you want to put in the middle, you can. I don't, but to help it kind of stick together too, I have this really pretty kind of tape here that I'm using. Again, if you don't have tape, that's perfectly fine. See? And that's it. And you're going to do that to all of the 16 pieces of paper. You're going to take another piece of paper, whatever color. So I'm still going to use orange because orange and yellow are my main themes. And you're going to take one whole piece of paper, regular, but then we're going to measure it. We want to measure it 13 centimeters by 27 centimeters. So we'll measure that and cut it out. So I've already done that. So this is kind of the size. It's more like a rectangle here. And then on each end, you're going to measure 1.5 centimeters and measure a line. So what you're going to do then, once you do that, again, 1.5 centimeters from the top and bottom if you want with a line, if you can see. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tape that I used on my other stuff, and I'm just going to put that on the top there. Again, you don't have to. If you want to just color it in yourself and make a pretty design on top, you can. We're going to take it, so see, it looks just like that, and then we're going to glue it together like this, okay? Just like so. And then what we're going to do is all these little pieces that we just made, I'm going to go ahead, instead of using stick glue, I'm going to use the liquid glue here, and you're just going to glue on the back side from tip to tip, just like so. And you're just going to go ahead and stick it between the 2 lines. So it should fit, the size should work perfectly to where it fits right between the 2, just like that. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue the rest of these on. It's going to take a second and we'll get to the next step after that. This is what it's looking like so far. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, so now you're going to take the same colors you're working with. 2 pieces, one I'm doing yellow and orange, so 1 orange, 1 yellow. And you want to measure them 20 centimeters by 27 centimeters. So I've already done that and I cut it out. Now you're going to glue the 2 pieces together. And just glue this top part. So just like so. Then you're going to take the ruler and you're going to measure about, I would say, 2 centimeters from the edge. Because this is what you're going to use to glue around the bottom of the lantern. So this is going to be more of a hanging lantern. So just like that. And then we're gonna measure 1 centimeter along that line, because we're gonna cut again, like our lantern we made earlier. So we're gonna do 1 centimeter marks all across the line. So just like so, guys, you can see the lines. Don't worry, I used, the pin I used kind of smeared, but that's okay because this is the back side. So you're just gonna go ahead and cut all those lines. All right, now it's all cut. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna go ahead and glue it. So just glue the side like so. And then we're gonna stick it to the bottom of this. Just like so, guys, look at that. And then we're gonna do a little top. So I have a little piece cut out here. All right, guys, and there we have it. It all needs to set still, so I don't want to hold it up, but look how nice. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Very different than the other ones. I'm happy it turned out like this. Looks very nice, and then I can hang it up, and I think it'll look very good. I think for my first paper lanterns, guys, I think I did pretty well. So again, here's the first one, which I know I didn't show you guys, but was a bust. And then here was the second one and the third one. Yay, I think success today, guys. It was a lot of fun. If you guys get a chance to do some arts and crafts for the festivals, it is so much fun. All right, guys, so sorry the lighting's not as great. It is dark time now that it's cooling off. And it's winter time. It's getting darker a little earlier, even though I already think it gets dark too early in India already, but it is what it is. So unfortunately, yeah, I messed up on this. It is like rock solid hard. Unfortunately, it is no good. It's okay, I will try this another time. I think it is because I overcooked it. I was too nervous, and then I cooked all the water out, so it's basically like cashew and sugar. It tastes good, but it is rock solid and not edible. That is okay. I have other ideas for sweets later on for tomorrow. This isn't even my husband's favorite. His favorite is jalebi, which I'll be making tomorrow. So fingers crossed I get that right. That's the most important. But right now we're going to go ahead and get started with samosas. I'm just going to go ahead and make them today because I'm sure my husband will want some for snacks tonight, and it'll make enough for tomorrow's snacks as well. I have made these one time before and they turned out pretty good, so hopefully they'll turn out really well today too. So let's go ahead and get started. I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour or maida here. I have half a teaspoon of salt, and then I also have 1 teaspoon of arjuan seeds here. We're gonna give that a good mix. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and add 1/4 cup of oil. I just use sunflower oil. Give that a good mix. We basically just want to mix the dough until it's nice and crumbly. Try to get all pieces of the flour. So, see, just like that. Kind of crumbles, but it holds its shape when you push it together. So then what we're going to do is we're going to add 1/2 cup of water. So the dough is going to be a little bit of hard dough. It's not going to be too soft, but we will be putting oil on it as well. If you need to add a little water, you can. So we start off with 1/2 cup for right now. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So we're going to just make it into a round ball like so. Okay. And then we're just going to add just a dash of oil on top. Rub that on. And then we're going to let this rest for 20 minutes. I'm gonna cover it with a rag and then just let it rest. Now we're gonna make the filling. All right, so I have my pan heating up. We're gonna add about 3 teaspoons of oil. Then in here, guys, I have 1 teaspoon cumin seeds, half a teaspoon coriander seeds, half a teaspoon fennel seeds, and then we're gonna add that in. And then we're just gonna do basically a pinch of hinge, just like that. And we're gonna just saute it until it turns aromatic. Okay. Then I have a 1-inch ginger chopped, and then a 1 small green chili. I'm gonna add that in. And then mix that up. Then I'm gonna add half a cup of tea. Saute that well. Then we are gonna add our spices, which is half a teaspoon chili powder, half a teaspoon coriander powder, 1/4 a teaspoon cumin powder, half a teaspoon Amchur powder or mango powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala, and 1/4 a teaspoon of crushed pepper, and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're gonna saute that up. Until it turns aromatic. Good. Now you're gonna take about 3 to 4 big potatoes, boiled potatoes, mashed. I've already boiled these. I did it in the microwave for about 8 to 10 minutes. And we're just gonna mix this really well. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we are gonna add about 5 chopped cashews, but since I used all my cashews up earlier, I just have some cashew powder. So I'm just gonna sprinkle just a little on top, not too much, just a little. Okay, then I'm gonna add about 2 teaspoons of raisins. And then about 1.5, 2 tablespoons of chopped coriander. And then we're gonna mix that really well. And that's basically it, guys. That is your samosa stuffing. I'm going to transfer it to a separate bowl or plate so that it can cool down faster, and then we'll start putting our samosas together. So the dough has been resting long enough. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to mix that together. Okay, and then we're just gonna take a big piece off. Gonna roll it. Okay, then we're gonna add just a little bit of oil on top. Okay, and then we're gonna roll the dough out. We kind of want this oblong shape here. This is perfect, actually. We're gonna take a knife and we're gonna cut right in the middle. So one of these makes 2 samosas. Then, so we're gonna take the water, just gonna put a little there at the end there, and then we're gonna connect these 2 pieces together. And we really want to make sure that we push the dough together so that none of the stuffing comes out. So I just really like to pinch it. Okay, just like so. Then you're gonna take it, hold it in your hand just like so. Make sure you get some edges that come off because we're going to pinch it together. Then you're gonna take your stuffing. You're gonna stuff it as much as you can, as full as you can. Oopsie, and I'm looking, I actually need to pinch it a little bit more. Perfect. All right, perfect. Take some more water. We're gonna put it all along the edge. The water helps the dough stick together. Then we're just gonna pinch it over and just pinch it like so. We really wanna make sure we have no openings. And that's basically it, guys. That is our samosa. What do you guys think? It's perfect. Then I'm just gonna put it over here on this container and then, or on this plate, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make some more. I have my samosas here. I have about 6. I could probably make another 4, but since it's just my husband and I don't think we're gonna eat more than 3 each. So we're gonna go ahead and deep fry. I have this oil pretty hot, but it's gonna take like a good 30 minutes to slowly deep fry these. We don't wanna cook them too quickly, because if we cook them too quickly, then the dough won't cook all the way through and it'll be really doughy, and we want it nice and flaky and soft. So I'm just gonna go ahead and basically every 5 minutes I'm going to flip them, and then we're gonna keep doing it for about half an hour until they're nice golden brown all the way over, all the way around. It's been about 20-25 minutes. Like I said, every couple of minutes, every 5 minutes, I've been just kind of rotating them, and I am cooking it on low heat so that they're slowly cooking. But I think they're done. Look at that. That looks pretty darn good. So we're gonna go ahead and move it over here. And there you have it, guys. The samosas are complete. Let's try one. It's been a while since I've had one. Let's try it. It's nice and flaky. You still see the steam coming out. Pretty full to the brim. Smells good, tastes good. Perfect. So I know my husband will love these. Alright guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, because if not, it's going to be way too long for you guys if it's already not too long. I am going to go ahead and make pav bhaji like I mentioned earlier in the video for my husband tonight, but I'll have to make that on another video for you guys one day. That's just going to be his regular normal dinner tonight. But I hope you guys really enjoyed the video today, all the preparations, all the DIY fun activities. I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait till tomorrow to make some more delicious food and make some Rangoli designs. I'm super pumped up. So if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button because it really helps to support my channel, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!